My name is Sierra Todd. I am 19 years old. I go to school here in Tokyo. I have lived here for 2 years. I am the creator of the Black Lives Matter Facebook group, and I led the organization of the march that took place here in Tokyo. Probably around 40% now of the group is Japanese, and I've noticed that kind of as a result now, some people were talking about, like, in their classes, because their teachers, they've had their students asking, like, what is Black Lives Matter? What is this thing that I was seeing on the news? What am I seeing online? And they want to know more about it, which is really, really great and really what we hope for. Black Lives Matter is first and foremost not about putting down other people. And a lot of people who don't really get it their first reaction is, of course, like, why is it just about Black lives? It's not to say that other lives don't matter or that Black lives are the most important or above other people. The reason that it is Black Lives Matter and why we focus on Black people is because there are a lot of systems in place that are meant to put down Black people and hold them back, and because of this, we need to talk about what's happening to Black people. We need to show them that they really do matter. I do spend a lot of my time in Harajuku, so I speak mostly from that experience, but like every time I go there, I see somebody wearing like box braids or dreads, something like that. We can't walk past stores in Harajuku that are selling like shirts with pictures of like rappers on them. And every club around here is playing the music. So I was tired of people who really, I would guess, like exaggerate or overplay up the amount of, I don't know, innocence or like lack of knowledge that Japanese people have about like the rest of the world and aspects of Black culture. When in reality, many people here do enjoy these things. But there have been people that like misunderstand what I'm saying when I say this, or like think that I'm saying that like nobody can enjoy these other things if they're not Black. And that's not at all what I'm trying to say. I really like don't have a problem. Like I don't get mad at people for like wearing box braids or stuff if they're not Black. I mean, that's great. But I want these people to also bring up these other issues because they have an important voice as well. And if they can talk about how much they love Black people or how much they love like this aspect of Black culture, then it would be great to see them also talking about our issues and the not so pretty side of things as well. Seeing what happened to, Seeing what happened to George Floyd was extremely upsetting. I mean, of course, I am American. I'm from America. I've lived there most of my life, and my family still lives there. I have a lot of friends that live there. It's just not fair that people can't just like live their life. There are definitely people that I know who have talked about, having less than great experiences with the police, Black people that I know. Ultimately, they're still here to talk about it today, but I definitely think about like that a lot because you really realize that, it could be like anyone, you start to think like, will it be me? Will it be my friends? Will it be my parents? Will it be my siblings? I really don't know. Really, my main goal was to create like a march for the people here who were feeling like me, which was frustrated that they couldn't be a part of what's going on in the United States and like all of the protests and events that are happening around the world now in response to that. It was feeling kind of hard for me to be here and feel like I couldn't like support that physically and like really like be out there and like show it. And I knew that there were other people who felt the same way. And I started off just doing like a really small little protest with like a couple of people, mainly from my school, where there's probably like 8 of us total. So from there, I decided to ask if people were also interested in doing something like that, but on a bigger scale. And I decided to create the Facebook group to kind of have a place where I could like announce things and have people kind of talking and sharing their ideas in one place. And after 3 days, it had 1,000 members. So that was kind of when I realized that I had to think about this a little differently than I had planned. There's this really big, really popular fashion blog called Tokyo Fashion. So they take pictures of people in Harajuku. And I've become pretty good friends with the people behind this blog. They posted like a video on their story about what we were doing. And then when I said that I was going to organize like another bigger march, they started to post a lot on their Twitter, they said. And they also posted like a picture of me on their Instagram, which has 700,000 followers, saying that I was going to do that. So I think that in the beginning, they definitely did like a lot of promo for me. They were definitely a big help because we were wondering like where all the people in the first days of the Facebook page were coming from. And then like later that week, they told me, they were like, oh, by the way, we've been talking about this a lot on our Twitter. The only reason that I was able to do the march and do it when I did is because Japanese people helped me get the permit and talk to the police. And these were people that I did not know before. I just kind of met them because of the group, and they were like, oh yeah, we can help you, we can do this, and we will be out there supporting, we're gonna bring you megaphones and everything. Seeing the response and just the like explosive growth of the group and the huge turnout at the march has been really motivating, inspiring. It's definitely given me a lot of hope and a lot of enthusiasm towards what the future will look like. I would just like to see people taking the initiative. I never really like intended for this to be like something where I was constantly making events or anything like that. And of course, it was never like about me. So I'm really looking forward to seeing other people who really want to like step up and take the lead on things. I'm really looking forward to seeing them do that and make things happen.